The original Wanderer had come out in 2022, and we've spent 3 years really looking forward to this new release. I didn't even know it was coming to the MetaQuest until 3 months ago. All I knew at the time was that it was being remastered, rebuilt kind of from the ground up for PC VR and the PlayStation 2. And to get it on Quest is quite a surprise because the original game, it chugged. It was pretty cool. It has you jumping from locations and time periods from one to the next, exploring, solving puzzles from the 1960s to the moon landing, to exploring the Mayan pyramids. It's a big game. And visually, the original had a lot going for it. At the time, when I was doing live gameplay of that game, I had said that it was the closest thing to Half-Life Alyx we'd had, not just in what it asked of the audience, not just in the scope of the game, but even visually. I mean, the gloves, the single floating hands, and my preferred method of transportation in a game like that, teleporting. The whole thing really felt like Alyx. And PCVR is not launched yet. We don't have that. When is it going to drop? I don't know. Based on how Alien Rogue Incursion released, we all thought that we were going to get PCVR, PSVR 2, and months later we'd have the MetaQuest version, because boiling something like this down into a small package like the Quest platform, it's asking a lot of the headset, which we're going to get into. And the fact that we have that and not PCVR at launch is troubling. But as a result, I can't talk about this updated launch of Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate. All I can do right now is compare the Quest 3 version to the original PCVR game. And it's an apt comparison, and for reasons I'm going to get into. So we're going to tackle this in a couple different ways. And I can't talk about the PSVR 2. You'll find people who have uploaded footage, but I don't have the PSVR 2. We're Xbox in this house. We're going to talk about bugs, issues, and glitches that some of them, they're game breaking. They're unforgivable. And some of them, they're just par for the course. Surprisingly, the story is beat for beat the exact same as what we can expect from PSVR 2 and PCVR. For all the other changes, the small, minute details from one platform to the next, the story is the same. They fit the entire game on the MetaQuest platform, which is wild. It's crazy that they got this to fit on here. And so if I'm talking about the story, I'm talking about Quest. I'm talking about everything because it's the same. But to that point, the story doesn't appear to be any different from the original. When I had first heard about the relaunch, the remastering of Wanderer, maybe I was reading into it, but I had been led to believe, by myself maybe, that this was not just a remaster, that it was not just upgraded textures, but that it was a reimagining of the original game from the ground up. And I haven't beat this thing. I kind of can't beat it on the MetaQuest platform right now, which I'll get into that. But so far, it really does feel it's the same game. I even went back and looked up footage of my time in the original Wanderer, doing some live sessions here on YouTube, and it's the same. I think that one of the updated things that we can expect is this thing where you're reloading weapons, filling bottles with gasoline and Molotov cocktails, and there's these new physics that we can interact with. And some of that's even here in the Quest. I mean, it's shocking the level of detail that we have with water. This footage right here where I'm coming upon a door that's hovering over a body of water. It's not clear. It doesn't refract light within the deeper layers of its abyss like it might with the PCVR version. But the water physics and the general reflections are cool. Again, that they got it on the Quest. We have situations where there are bottles with water that you tilt them, you turn them, and the water responds accordingly. But I never got to a point in the original game where I was loading up a chainsaw, filling it with gasoline, or throwing Molotov cocktails that I had to fill myself. And to my knowledge, these kinds of mechanics are strictly a result of this rebuild. Textures are going to be dumbed down on the Quest. It's significant how dumbed down they are. And as you walk into a room, textures, objects kind of pop into view. And you'll see a lot of glitching out here. There's a lot of hitching and lost frames, but I can confirm that a lot of this is the result of me recording. It's pretty surprising. The fact that I can't record video from within the Quest and play the game at max capacity is a problem. I mean, if you can't do that, then it means that it's barely chugging along. It's not very well optimized between the hitching, the stuttering, the loss of frames, and then just objects and textures kind of glitching into frame. It's a problem. But I also have to preface this by saying that this just launched, and for some reason, we live in a world where you're allowed to launch games that aren't done, that are full of glitches, and then we pay in advance, and we know that it'll run like butter a year later. And so give them time, I guess. But what the fuck happened to, like, back when we had to buy discs? Like, I still have all of my PS2, PS3, I still have all these games, and they work just as well as they did at launch. They didn't have a year to fix this kind of stuff. I think that people are getting complacent and lazy. Honestly, I'm just mostly bitter over this game because I don't think it belongs on the Quest. I wish it wasn't here. I wish it would go away. To get it on the Quest, you have to sacrifice, you have to remove so much. As a result of whatever this reboot, this reimagining, which I guess is, there are new fighting mechanics. I mean, there are these situations where I'm punching people in the face. Some of the stuff still carries over, like you're on a boat and you're being beset upon by alligators and you have a crowbar, you gotta bonk them on the head to get them off. But somehow it feels very shallow and without impact in this version. When you're talking to people, they're not looking at you. The eyes are dead. Fighting mechanics are just, there's no life to it. It's just the NPCs are without any gusto, and there's no follow through. You punch someone in the head and sometimes it does something and sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't feel good taking part in the interaction.
There he is! Smash him!
And this thing here where I'm calling down to this guy, this is abysmal. And this is representative of all the arithmetic that like went into designing and strategizing about how these people would behave and respond to the player. To me, it's just like wasted on this moment right here.
Huh? Keep an eye out. He's here somewhere. Show yourself, Vermin! Hiding like a little cockroach. Come out and play. There he is! Oh.
I went back and I played the original Wanderer, and it's good. It's a really good, polished, fun game. 2022 wasn't that long ago. It holds up. It's still, like, if you're talking about games that rival, that at least get close to representing something of a plateau alongside Half-Life Alyx, then the original Wanderer kind of did that. It was fun. It was gigantic. It was huge. But I don't know why they're doing this. I really don't. I don't see a huge difference. Maybe that will be obvious to me once the new PC VR release comes out, and I will create a video. I will be playing it, and I plan to play it from start to finish. So please subscribe and like this video if you want to see all that. I'd love to have you there for that. But so far, it just feels like they've just gutted the thing, and someone's not going to have access to PC VR. Someone's not going to have access to PlayStation VR 2. Probably a lot of people. But so much love and work went into that original game. Probably going into this remake as well, though I struggle to find a reason for it to exist. That you're just taking. It only serves to like dash our dreams and hurt the original IP. It's not ported well. The bugs are numerous. The battle mechanics are terrible. You go to pick up a knife and it kind of gets stuck in like the wooden crate or in a wall and you can't get it out. Some of it still holds up. Now, firing a bow and arrow or a slingshot feels really good, but it can't compensate for this thing where you throw a knife and it actually like bends in the air just to get to the target's head to compensate for like your bad aim. The dialogue is atrocious. And while they're gonna fix some of this stuff and we can expect patches down the line, I mean, right now, as of the making of this video, it is broken to the point where levels will just restart suddenly and without audio. And having spent 20 minutes, playing a level and doing your darndest to overcome the bad NPC interactions just to have it restart and without audio, hoping that maybe it'll come back and you won't have to just shut down the game completely and start over. It makes you just want to put the whole thing away and not even bother. And so there's this thing, I already mentioned it, but there was a time in the past where if you were going to release a game, you had one shot. And now it's like there's no shame. Just launch whatever you want and just know that people are going to pay for it because we're cattle and we'll just eat bugs and like it, and they'll sell us a game that doesn't work from the get-go. And they took away the hands. One of the things that made the original so cool, between having just the gloves and the ability to teleport and the beautiful textures and the lighting and all of it added up to a very cool experience. But now we got a whole body, which has been like an increasing trend. Every day I talk about it, but every day I'm more and more disgusted by it. I hate the body. I can't believe that they inserted a body into this reboot. It's enough reason to avoid it completely and just stick with the original. It's stupid. It's the worst thing that's ever happened. It goes Pearl Harbor and 9/11, and then adding a body to this game. Why? Why are we doing bodies if you can't match your body? If I go like this, well, I could go like this and the arm doesn't move at all because it doesn't know what I'm doing with my arms. Same with the legs. Legs are stupid. They can't match my feet. If I look down at my feet, they're doing something that I'm not doing. And there's so much climbing in this game, grabbing onto a rope and shimmying or climbing a ladder. And there's this thing, just like in The Climb, where sometimes you have to go like this and kind of cross. Fine, but your arms actually like get in the way of what you're doing, eclipsing your field of view completely, like for no reason at all. It's a tangled, ugly mess, and I hate it. These people need to stop doing this. Don't give us arms, don't give us legs, don't give us a body at all until we have the means to actually track it. And if you're gonna do it through some sick and twisted desire to fit in with the likes of Gorilla Tag and other low-budget garbage games, then give us a toggle so that we can select to turn it off. Because you're taking what could have been a AAA game with patches, with some work down the line, a AAA game, and you're removing like 3 points off it just by having a body that doesn't match your own. It's stupid. So I'm looking forward to the PC VR version. I hope it's good, but based on even the PSVR 2 launch, they're going to give us a body in that. And so without, some major updates to the game, if we're just talking about graphical updates, to which I was already happy with the original, like not in a small way. The original is beautiful. If I have to return to that version, to which I already own, I've already paid for it, then I'd rather do that than suffer through a body that eclipses my field of view and does nothing but jank the whole time. The rest of you can use the body and eat bugs, own nothing and be happy. And I'll be playing the 2022 version, knowing that I have a game that works. And so that's my review. What do you think? It's pretty bitter. It's pretty rough. It's pretty unfair, considering the game only launched, I haven't beat it, and they're promising patches that are going to fix all this. So plenty of people are still going to like this game. I mean, I guarantee this game's going to land with like 4 out of 5 stars. I'm sure it will, because they've been programmed to like appreciate stuff like this, to appreciate just being handed a broken game with poor body physics that represents a 12-fold decrease in graphical integrity. God damn it. Like, I've been talking about this game forever. I was looking forward to this so much. And that was before I even knew that it was coming to Quest. I thought it was going to be different. I thought that it was going to be this big, mind-blowing deal. And this shouldn't exist. They should take this away. They should go back in time and not do it. I don't know why we have to destroy like all the things that we like. That's all I got. Thank you for being here. You guys have been watching Bringhurst VR. Down below, I have a link where you'll get 10% off on this game if you want it. And other times of the year, it may be as high as 20% off, depending on the holidays and all that. I also have a website down below where you'll find every single game on MetaQuest, where you'll also be able to request games. And I'll get back to you very quickly with available links. It's a great way of supporting my channel and saving money in the process. Please subscribe and like this video if you found it helpful. And if you didn't, then go suck on a dead dog's nose. Bangarang. And you guys have been watching Bringhurst VR. Godspeed.